Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dylan back again with another DJI Mavic 2 Pro video, and today we are going to be going over the intelligent flight mode known as point of interest. Now, point of interest is just a mode that allows you to very simply orbit around a subject or object or a point of interest, a point that is interesting. So looking at my footage right here, or not my footage necessarily, but at my monitor here on the DJI Go 4 app, I'm going to use this big white field house at the varsity football field in the small town that I reside in, and that's going to be our point of interest. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get to our intelligent flight modes. To do that, far left of the screen, the 4 white icons, you see the little remote. We're going to tap on that, and that takes us to our intelligent flight modes. You'll notice down in the lower left corner you'll have point of interest. That's what we're doing, so that's what we're going to tap on. So you're going to notice something right off the bat brings up this black box down at the very bottom, and we've got options here. We've got radius, height, speed, and 2 icons and a go button. So let's go over those left to right real quick before we start anything. As far as radius goes, guys, this is something that is it's going to tell you what the radius is once you set it, and the way that you're going to figure out what you want your radius to be is just the eyeball test here. So let's say I want to fly a circle around that white building at about this far. So this is going to be my radius. I'll know specifically what it is from that after here in a minute, and you'll see what I'm talking about. To the right of that we have height. That's our altitude. You'll notice it's going down. I'm taking the drone down. You'll notice it's going up, taking the drone higher in altitude. I want my altitude to be right there. That looks good. I personally like to see a little bit of sky, a little horizon whenever I do these shots. It just adds a little more character to it. Just a personal test. You don't have to. You can angle down and do it like that if you want, but I like to have a little horizon. Okay, next, speed. This is how fast, we're going to tap on that. This is how fast our drone is going to orbit or go around the point of interest. So since this is going to be a pretty big orbit, I'm going to take it, up to, I don't know, 17 miles an hour or so. Call that good. The next icon to the right of that, if we tap it, you'll see it says clockwise around POI. If we tap it again, it says counterclockwise around POI. Pretty self-explanatory. Do you want to go clockwise or counterclockwise? It really doesn't matter. I'm going to do counterclockwise for this tutorial. To the right of that, when we tap that, we only get one option. I keep tapping it, as you can see, and it says heading towards point of interest. Now that means that the heading of your drone, which is the camera, the eyeballs, the orientation, the way it looks, which is what we're looking right now, it's looking towards the point of interest. And so you can change the heading after it starts orbiting, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, so we've pretty much went over radius, height, and speed, and direction in our heading, and we're ready to go. So now the next thing to do is just to simply draw a box around what your subject or object or point of interest is going to be, which we have done, and then we're just going to hit go. Now right off the bat, you're going to see it says do not operate the aircraft during subject position calculations. So you don't want to touch the sticks or anything and let it do its thing. It's just kind of going over its own way of making sure that it understands what we've set at the point of interest. And now guys, it is circling, and you can, first of all, before you do anything, on your upper left corner of your remote controller, physically, I know you guys can't see it, but there's a wheel for your gimbal / camera, and you can roll it in this way. You can decide how you want your camera to face, and I like mine personally with, like I said earlier, a little horizon in it, so I'm going to call it good right about there. And my thumbs are not on the sticks, it's just automatically doing this. Now while you are in flight, you can increase and decrease the altitude. So as you'll notice on the height, it's going down. I'm pushing down and I'm decreasing the altitude. So you can kind of do that to kind of help give yourself kind of a more cinematic look or feel. And then you can also increase the altitude by pushing up, which I am doing. Another thing you can do, guys, is you can actually watch the radius. The radius is going to increase because on my right stick on my controller I am pushing back. So as it's circling, you can change the radius as well, which to me just adds to it from a cinematic standpoint. Just looks very cool that it's orbiting the camera, the drone's moving left to right, and it's increasing in altitude. And then also you can push forward and you can decrease the radius. which I am doing. And you can also, so you could decrease the radius and increase the altitude, as you can see I'm doing, which again just kind of adds to it from a cinematic standpoint. And then you see what I'm getting at. You can increase and decrease radius, you can increase and decrease altitude, which all just kind of adds to it. And then on the heading thing, here's the other thing I was talking about. Not really sure why you'd want to do this, but I'm pushing to the I'm pushing on the left stick and I'm just pushing left. You can actually change the heading to whichever way you want it to face. So if I toggle my map view, you'll see right here that the little pink pin in the center of the screen, that's that building, but our drone is actually, the headings changed. And as you'll note, I'm pushing right now on the stick and I'm changing it back towards, to look towards the white field house. So now we're looking back at it. So that's pretty cool. So there's just a lot of things you can do once you are actually, you have your drone set and you're orbiting and doing your thing. But this is point of interest on the DJI Mavic 2 Pro, and I'm 99.999% for sure that it's the exact same for the Mavic 2 Zoom. So anyways, hope you guys got some good out of this video. If you did and you enjoyed it, please be sure to smash that thumbs up button for me. Also, please be sure to subscribe, as I will continue to have more DJI Mavic 2 Pro videos upcoming in the future. As always, guys, I enjoyed it. This is Dylan. Everybody have a great day.